dear students, how are you doing? I hope you are doing very well. It's Miss Sarah with you, science teacher for grade 5 from Jihan College School. Today we have a new topic. It's about matter and energy. Matter and energy. So please open your second part of science book, page 232. In this lesson, we will learn about what is a thermal energy, and also we learn about the difference between thermal energy and temperature, and we will learn about two ways for thermal energy production. Before I start, we have some new vocabularies in here, and I will read them for you. Listen up carefully and repeat after me, please. Energy, energy. Kinetic energy, kinetic energy, thermal energy, thermal energy, temperature, temperature, fuel, fuel, solar energy, solar energy. Before I talk about a thermal energy, I have to know what is a energy. What is a energy? So energy is the ability to do work or to cause a change. Energy is the ability to do work or to cause a change. Like what? Like when you throw a ball, or when you push a grocery cart, or when you run in a race. All of the activities, they need energy. So when you transfer energy to an object, its motion changes. Its motion changes. So the ball flew through the air, the grocery cart rolled through the store, and you moved along the race car. That of these three objects gained what? They gained kinetic energy, or we can say energy of motion. Energy of motion. The much smaller particles in matter are always moving from one place to another at random. So let's see how the particles of a solid and gas on liquid matters are moving. So the particles in a solid jiggle back and forth like balls on a spring, and the particles in a liquid slide past each other. The particles in a gas move quickly in many directions. All this movement requires energy. The kinetic energy of particles in matter is called what? Is called a thermal energy. That is a thermal energy. We have a written question in here. It asks, what is a thermal energy? So the answer is, thermal energy is the kinetic energy of particles in matter. Thermal energy is a kinetic energy of particles in matter. And I prepared a video or an experiment for you, which it makes more clear about thermal energy. Let's see. It is very important.
And the first one is testing thermal energy, learning a little bit more about that. I have a glass of cold water that I put an ice cube in to make sure it's really cold, a glass of room temperature water, and then a glass of warm water. And what you have to do is stick one hand into the cold water and your other hand into the hot water for about a minute, and then you're going to take them out and feel the room temperature water. So this experiment you're not really going to get to see, you're just going to have to take my word for it or try it on your own. So it's been a few seconds, maybe about a minute. I'm going to take my hands out. When I put my fingers that were in the ice cold water in the room temperature glass, that water feels really warm. But when I put my fingers in the room temperature glass that had been in the hot water, it feels really cold. So what that's kind of proving is that humans aren't a very good judge of temperature. It's just kind of perspective. How hot or cold your skin is depends on how hot or cold something feels. So how do we measure temperature? We had to come up with something that was consistent, and what happened is they decided to use water. The freezing point of water, freezing and melting point of water is always the same, and then the boiling point when water turns into steam is always the same. So that's how they developed the Celsius and the